My mom said my new boyfriend looked familiar. It's because he's the son she gave up for adoption 25 years ago. His name is Ryan, and for the last 6 months, he was the best thing that ever happened to me. He was kind, funny, and he understood me in a way no one else ever had. He was adopted, something he told me on our first date. It was a closed adoption, so he knew nothing about his birth parents. It was just a fact of his life, a blank page in his story that he had come to accept. I thought it was a sad but distant part of his past. I never imagined it was about to become our future. The first time he met my mom, the air felt strange. It wasn't hostile, just heavy. My mom is usually warm and bubbly, but with Ryan, she was quiet and watchful. At dinner, they discovered they had the same weird habit of dipping their French fries in ice cream. We all laughed about it, a funny little coincidence. But my mom didn't really laugh. She just stared at him with an unreadable expression. After he left, she said it. She told me he looked so familiar, but she couldn't place him. I laughed it off. I told her he just had one of those faces. The second sign was more unsettling. A few weeks later, Ryan came over to help me assemble some furniture. He was wearing a t-shirt, and I noticed a small, distinct birthmark on his forearm. It was shaped like a tiny, perfect crescent moon. Later that night, my mom called. Her voice was tense. She asked me a string of odd questions about Ryan. What was his exact birthday? Not just the day, but the year. Where exactly was he born? What was the name of the hospital? I got defensive, asking her why she was interrogating me. She just mumbled something about being curious and hung up. The final piece clicked into place last weekend. I was helping my mom clean out the attic, digging through old boxes of photos. Tucked at the bottom of a dusty shoebox, I found a single photograph I'd never seen before. It was a picture of my mom looking impossibly young, holding a newborn baby. She looked terrified and heartbroken. In the photo, the baby's tiny hand was wrapped around her finger, and on its little forearm, clear as day, was a crescent moon birthmark. I felt the air leave my lungs. I asked her who the baby was. Her face went pale. She snatched the photo from my hand and said it was a cousin's child she'd once babysat. But she was a terrible liar. Her hands were shaking. I invited Ryan to Sunday dinner. I had to see them in the same room again. The whole meal was excruciatingly tense. My mom could barely look at him. Finally, as Ryan was helping clear the plates, he rolled up his sleeves. My mom saw the birthmark. She dropped a stack of plates. They shattered across the floor. She didn't even flinch. She just stared at his arm, her face ashen. She whispered, "Not a question, a statement." September 14th, 1999, St. Mary's Hospital. Ryan froze. He slowly turned to face her. He asked her how she could possibly know that. And then, the story that had been buried for a quarter of a century came pouring out. She was 17, scared, alone. She thought giving him up was the only way he could have a real life. She never told a soul. Not my dad, not me, not anyone. My world tilted on its axis. The man I loved, the man I had built a life with, was my brother. Ryan just stood there, a ghost in my kitchen, staring at the mother he never knew he had. The mother of the woman he was in love with. In that moment, surrounded by the wreckage of shattered plates and a shattered secret, I looked from my boyfriend to my mother, and I realized that everything was broken, and nothing would ever be the same.